A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow. This can occur only when the Sun, Earth, and Moon are exactly or very closely aligned with Earth between the other two, which can happen only on the night of a full moon when the Moon is near either lunar node. The type and length of a lunar eclipse depend on the Moon's proximity to the lunar node. When the Moon is totally eclipsed by the Earth, it takes on a reddish color that is caused by the planet when it completely blocks direct sunlight from reaching the Moon's surface, as only the light reflected from the lunar surface has been refracted by Earth's atmosphere. This light appears reddish due to the Rayleigh scattering of blue light, the same reason sunrise and sunsets are more orange than during the day. Unlike a solar eclipse, which can only be viewed from a relatively small area of the world, a lunar eclipse may be viewed from anywhere on the night side of Earth. A total lunar eclipse can last up to nearly 2 hours, while a total solar eclipse lasts only up to a few minutes at any given place, because the Moon's shadow is smaller. Also, unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are safe to view without any eye protection or special precautions. The symbol for a lunar eclipse is. For the date of the next eclipse, see recent and forthcoming lunar eclipses. Celebrations. East Asia. The Lunar New Year celebrations of the East Asian cultural sphere occur on the same date across the region, on the new moon, which occurs in late January or early February, and are based on the Chinese lunisolar calendar. Although occurring on the same new moon day, celebrations are unique to their own cultures, each with its interpretations, zodiacs, and traditions. Chinese New Year. Korean New Year, Korean, RR, Sealal. Japanese New Year. Ryukyu New Year. Vietnamese New Year. China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Vietnam, and South Korea celebrate the Lunar New Year in addition to the Solar New Year. Mongols and Tibetans celebrate New Year in February or early March, based on the closely related Mongolian and Tibetan lunisolar calendars. Depending on the year, the New Year can either coincide with the Chinese, Korean and Vietnamese New Year, or take place around 1 month later. Mongolian New Year. Tibetan New Year. Japan, excluding the Ryukyu Islands, now only celebrates the Solar New Year, with the remnants of the lunar celebration called Little New Year occurring on the 15th day of the first lunar month. China. Taiwan. Korea. South Asia. These South Asian traditional lunisolar celebrations are observed according to the local lunisolar calendars. They are influenced by Indian tradition, which marks the system of lunar months in a solar sidereal year. A separate Solar New Year also exists for those Indian regions which use solar months in a solar sidereal year. Gudi Padwa, Maharashtra and Goa. Ugadi, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka. Puthandu, Tamil Nadu. Kshetra Navaratri, North and Central India. Bala Pratipada, Gujarat, Rajasthan. Cheti Chand, Sindhi Hindus. Navrat, Kashmiri Hindus. Sajabu Kairaoba, Manipur. Mahapuja, Nepal. The following are influenced by the Tibetan calendar. Galdan Namchat, Ladakh. Losung, Sikkim. Losar, Arunachal Pradesh. Gyalpol Husar, Sherpas. Tamil Husar, Kurungs. Sonam Husar, Tamangs. India. Southeast Asia. The following Southeast Asian Lunar New Year celebration is observed according to the local lunisolar calendar and is influenced by Indian Hindu traditions. Nyepi, Bali, Indonesia. Rejenikan, Khams. The following Southeast Asian Lunar New Year celebration is observed according to the local lunisolar calendar and is influenced by Islamic traditions. Satu Suro. The Javanese calendar follows a purely lunar calendar of 12 months that retrogresses through the Gregorian and Julian calendar years. As in the Islamic calendar, the day of Javanese New Year may thus fall in any season on the calendar. Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Middle East/West Asia. Lunar New Year celebrations that originated in Middle East fall on other days. Islamic New Year of the Hijri calendar or Muslim New Year is not lunisolar but follows a purely lunar calendar of 12 months that goes through the Gregorian and Julian calendar years. The day of Islamic New Year may thus fall in any season on the calendar. In 2022, the Islamic New Year is expected to fall on July 30, 2022, and in 2023, it is expected to fall on July 19, 2023. In Judaism there are as many as 4 Lunar New Year observances. Since the Hebrew calendar is lunisolar, the days always fall in the same season. Nisan is the month of the barley ripening, or spring Aviv/Aviv, and the book of Exodus 12:1-2, has God instructing Moses to command the Israelites to fix the new moon, the first day, of Nisan at the first, or head moon of the year. The Talmud in Rosh Hashanah 2a calls this the Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, for kings and pilgrimages. The climax of this Lunar New Year is the festival of Passover, which begins on 15 Nisan/Aviv. It is also the first day of secular New Years in Karaite Judaism and Samaritanism. 1 Elul corresponds to the New Year for animal tithes in the rabbinic tradition. Elul is the 6th month, a very late summer/early autumn holiday. It is the date on which the Samaritan calendar advances a year, on the theory that 1 Elul commemorates the creation of the earth. 1 Tishrei is called Yom Teruah, Day of Blasts in the written Torah, and it falls on the first of the 7th month. It is translated Feast of Trumpets in most English Bible translations. This day of trumpet blasts was also called Rosh Hashanah, literally New Year, in Rabbinic Judaism, on the theory that it is Yom HaDin, a universal judgment day for all the children of Adam including Jews. Thus the universal, secular New Year. It is the date on which the rabbinic calendar advances a year, on the theory that 1 Tishrei is the day on which the world was born. Rosh Hashanah also inaugurates the 10 days known as the High Holy Days/High Holidays or Days of Awe, culminating with Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day of the year in Rabbinic Judaism. For Samaritans and Karaites, Passover remains the holiest day of the year. 2 Bishvat is the new year for trees in Rabbinic Judaism. It is a festive holiday rather than a holy day. Ebionites New Year. Nazarene New Year.